Who doesn't dream of an abundant and prosperous life in all aspects of our lives? I remember when I was a very young child and my father, who drank excessively and of course, spent all the money he earned on alcohol, crashed our car into a police officer's car who was off duty at the time. This police officer had coincidentally been our neighbor for a few months. There was nothing serious, just a dent on the side, and, in order to avoid being taken to the police station, it was agreed that he would only pay for the expenses. Logically, we couldn't pay, so my father gave us our only TV that at the time my mother had recently received as a gift from her boss. I was very sad about this. I was just a child and our daily entertainment no longer existed. We spent a long time without a TV at home, but, in return, my mother started taking home some books and comics that her boss donated, and it was then that I acquired a taste for reading. We lost a material asset, but I gradually gained, over the years, a growth mindset. A rich life goes far beyond simply accumulating material goods or money. It is defined by the absence of regrets, by emotional and financial security, and by the ability to live in harmony with one's own values and aspirations. I once read a book called Money, Master the Game by the great Tony Robbins, in which the author shares profound insights on how to align financial freedom with life goals, highlighting that true wealth involves more than just the numbers in your bank account. He emphasizes the importance of planning and acting consciously to avoid common regrets, such as neglecting to plan for the future or allowing debt to compromise one's quality of life. It is also a very interesting book. I recommend that you read it. Studies on personal finance also show that many people face financial regrets ranging from not having an emergency fund to making impulsive choices that generate overwhelming debt, especially on credit cards. These behaviors are often linked to the lack of a clear vision of priorities and goals, in addition to a limited understanding of the long-term impact of financial decisions. At the same time, emotional regrets are also common. One of the most common is the frustration of not having lived an authentic life, shaped by one's own dreams, but rather by the expectations of others. Achieving the balance between personal fulfillment and building a solid foundation for the future requires strengthening different pillars of life: financial, emotional, physical, and intellectual. This search for balance is a path that requires planning, discipline, and reflection. The secret lies in creating a robust foundation, which allows you not only to thrive in times of abundance, but also to face the inevitable challenges with resilience. And to do this, it is essential to establish solid foundations that support a truly fulfilling life. Here are the 7 foundations for achieving an abundant life, which integrates personal satisfaction, financial stability, and peace of mind. Adopt a growth mindset. The biggest barrier to financial growth is not the amount of money you earn today, but rather the belief that your potential is limited by your current circumstances. This fixed mindset can create a vicious cycle of stagnation, where people feel unable to improve their situation and end up perpetuating the same financial habits and choices that keep them stuck. To break this cycle, it's essential to adopt a growth mindset. A growth mindset is a concept popularized by psychologist Carol S. Dweck that refers to the belief that our skills, intelligence, and abilities can be developed through continued effort, learning, and practice. Applying this approach to your financial life means understanding that your income, wealth, and financial freedom are not predetermined. Instead, they are shaped by your actions, decisions, and ongoing learning. Adopting a growth mindset is one of the most important steps to transforming your financial life and opening doors to new possibilities. Often, the biggest obstacle to achieving success is not the amount of money you earn today, but rather the limiting beliefs you carry with you. The idea that you are stuck in your current situation, whether due to lack of opportunities, time, or knowledge, creates barriers that prevent you from progressing. These beliefs are like invisible chains that hinder your potential, keeping you in a cycle of stagnation. To break out of the cycle, it is essential to transform the way you view learning, effort, and the possibilities for growth. A growth mindset is based on the belief that all skills and abilities can be developed over time, with dedication, practice, and continuous learning. This perspective is especially important when it comes to finances, because many of us grew up hearing messages like, "Money is hard to earn," "Investing is too risky," or "I'm not good with numbers." These affirmations become embedded in our thoughts and, if left unchallenged, shape our decisions and limit us. Adopting a growth mindset means replacing these ideas with more positive and productive beliefs, such as "I can learn to manage my money," "I can increase my income," or "Investing is a skill I can develop." One of the most effective ways to cultivate this mindset is to invest in yourself. This involves both developing your skills and building habits that support your growth. Take the time to learn about personal finance, entrepreneurship, or any other area that can help you achieve your goals. Fortunately, We live in an age of unlimited access to knowledge, with books, online courses, videos, and podcasts available on virtually every topic. The more you learn, the more confident and empowered you will feel to make decisions that will drive your prosperity. In addition to technical learning, it's essential to work on your daily habits. Small, consistent changes to your routine can have a huge impact over time. For example, creating a habit of saving a small amount each month, investing regularly, or setting aside time to review your finances can completely transform your relationship with money. Results don't happen overnight, but consistency is what separates those who achieve success from those who stay the same. Another important aspect of a growth mindset is how you approach challenges. Instead of viewing challenges as insurmountable obstacles, start viewing them as learning opportunities. If you're struggling financially, ask yourself what you can learn from the experience. Maybe it's an opportunity to better understand your spending patterns, learn how to negotiate debt, or explore creative ways to increase your income. Each challenge you overcome strengthens your resilience and expands your capabilities, preparing you to face even more challenging situations in the future. A growth mindset also reflects on the way you relate to the people around you. Surrounding yourself with individuals who share values of learning and growth can be incredibly inspiring. Not only do they motivate you to keep pursuing your goals, but they also offer advice and perspectives that can broaden your horizons. On the other hand, distancing yourself from negative people or those who constantly reinforce limiting beliefs can be equally important for your progress. By adopting a growth mindset, you begin to realize that your current situation does not define your future. Regardless of where you are now, there is always the possibility of evolving, learning something new, and achieving goals that previously seemed unattainable. The path to new levels of wealth lies not only in external opportunities, but mainly in how you position yourself to take advantage of them. And this transformation begins from the inside out, with a belief that growth is possible and the commitment to act to make it a reality. When you decide to invest in developing your skills and changing your habits, you are planting the seeds for a life of abundance and fulfillment. It's not just about making more money, but about building a solid foundation that supports continued progress. After all, true human potential has no limits when combined with determination and the desire to grow. Expanding your intellectual wealth is one of the most powerful paths to achieving personal, financial, and even social growth. In a world that is constantly changing, continuous learning is no longer a choice and has become a necessity for those who want to stand out, prosper, and build a life full of achievements. It's about much more than accumulating information or obtaining certificates. It's a commitment to investing in your own development, seeking knowledge that brings cumulative returns and positively impacts all areas of your life. Continuous learning is like an investment account, where each new skill or knowledge acquired works as a deposit that grows exponentially over time. When you dedicate yourself to learning something new, especially in areas that are aligned with your personal or professional goals, you not only increase your ability to solve problems and make smarter decisions, but you also create new opportunities to transform your reality. This type of education has no expiration date. On the contrary, it accumulates and multiplies, allowing you to achieve increasingly expressive results. To expand your intellectual wealth, it is essential to develop a constant habit of learning. This can include reading books, participating in courses, workshops, lectures, and even consuming content such as podcasts, educational videos, and specialized articles. The key is to choose content that is not only interesting, but also relevant to your current goals and challenges. For example, if you're looking to improve your finances, studying about investments, financial planning, and business strategies can be extremely advantageous. Likewise, if you want to advance in your career, developing skills such as leadership, communication, or strategic thinking can be transformative. Another crucial aspect of continuous learning is the ability to adapt to change. We live in the information age, in which new technologies, trends, and ways of working emerge all the time. Those who invest in their intellectual wealth are better prepared to face the uncertainties of the future, as they have the flexibility and confidence to learn, unlearn, and relearn as circumstances require. This adaptability not only increases your relevance in the job market, but also gives you a competitive edge in any field. In addition to the direct impact on your professional life, expanding your intellectual wealth also enriches your personal life. Knowledge broadens your perspective on the world, allowing you to better understand the people, cultures, and contexts around you. This can improve your relationships, increase your empathy, and even help you make more informed decisions about matters beyond work and money, such as health, leisure, and spiritual development. However, the pursuit of knowledge must be intentional. Not all learning is equally valuable, and it is important to prioritize areas that provide the greatest return on the investment of your time and effort. Ask yourself, what do I need to learn to get where I want to be in the next 5 or 10 years? This reflection will help you direct your efforts to acquire skills that truly make a difference. A practical tip to get started is to create a learning agenda. Set aside specific moments in your routine to dedicate to reading, attending lectures, taking courses, or any other activity that expands your knowledge base. Even if it's just 15 or 30 minutes a day, the cumulative impact over the months and years will be surprising. Another strategy is to seek out mentors or experts in areas that you want to master. Talking to experienced people not only accelerates your learning, but also offers insights that you would have a hard time finding on your own. Expanding your intellectual wealth is not a luxury, but an essential strategy for those who want to live abundantly. By investing in education that brings cumulative returns, you are building a solid foundation to grow and prosper, regardless of external circumstances. After all, knowledge is an asset that no one can take away from you and that, when applied wisely, has the power to transform lives. Make continuous learning a priority and reap the rewards of a constantly evolving mind. Cultivating gratitude is one of the most fundamental pillars for building a rich, balanced, and deeply satisfying life. Often, in our constant pursuit of more achievements, we forget to appreciate what we have already achieved. This lack of appreciation can lead to dissatisfaction and even a feeling of emptiness, even in the midst of significant accomplishments. Practicing gratitude, on the other hand, not only connects us with the good things we already have, but also creates an emotional state that favors growth and prosperity. The balance between wanting more and appreciating what we already have is the true key to a fulfilling life. When you are constantly focused only on what is missing, you run the risk of living in a state of mental scarcity, believing that nothing is enough. This type of thinking can drain your energy, demotivate you, and even hinder your ability to see the opportunities around you. On the other hand, by appreciating your current achievements, you cultivate a sense of satisfaction and contentment that serves as fuel to continue pursuing your future goals. Gratitude does not mean complacency or conformity, but rather a celebration of the present while keeping your eyes focused on the future. For example, imagine someone who wants to achieve financial stability. This goal can be much more enjoyable to pursue if you also recognize and give thanks for what you already have, whether it's a job, a home, or even the support of family and friends. This practice reduces anxiety and brings mental clarity, helping you make more informed decisions that align with your personal values. In addition, gratitude has proven benefits for your mental and physical health. Studies show that people who practice gratitude regularly experience higher levels of happiness, lower incidence of depression, and even improvements in their physical health, such as lower blood pressure and better quality of sleep. This is because gratitude activates areas of the brain associated with positive emotions, promoting overall well-being that impacts all areas of your life. A powerful way to cultivate gratitude is to establish a daily habit of reflection. Take a few minutes at the end of the day to think about or write down 3 things you're grateful for. These don't have to be big events. Sometimes the little things, like a pleasant conversation, a tasty meal, or simply completing an important task, have immense value when acknowledged. This simple practice can transform your perspective, helping you realize that abundance is present in your life, even in the midst of challenges. Another strategy is to verbalize your gratitude to those around you. Thank your colleagues for their support, acknowledge a friend's efforts, or express your gratitude to a family member for something they've done for you. Not only will this strengthen your relationships, but it will also create a positive cycle where others will be more likely to act kindly and reciprocate. Gratitude can also be a valuable resource during difficult times. When we face challenges, it's natural to focus on the losses or limitations that arise. However, practicing gratitude helps us refocus our attention on the positive things we still have, strengthening our resilience and our ability to overcome adversity. It's a powerful reminder that even in the most difficult times, there is something to be grateful for, whether it's a lesson learned, a support network, or simply the opportunity to start over. Cultivating gratitude is not just an exercise in appreciation, but also an act of building an abundance mindset. When you appreciate what you have, you create space to attract more good things into your life. Gratitude, therefore, is more than a state of mind. It is an active practice that transforms your relationship with the present and shapes your future. By balancing the desire to grow with the appreciation of what you have already achieved, you unlock a virtuous cycle of fulfillment and contentment. This harmony between ambition and appreciation is what truly defines a rich and satisfying life. So, don't wait for great achievements to start being grateful. Abundance begins with a simple gesture, recognizing the value of what is already within your reach, while you confidently move towards your dreams. Combining education and investment is one of the most effective strategies for achieving sustainable personal and financial growth. Many people, when looking back, regret not having taken advantage of opportunities that could have transformed their lives, whether due to lack of knowledge, fear of taking risks, or simply not understanding the importance of preparing for the future. However, this gap can be filled by aligning continuous learning with well-informed financial decisions, creating a cycle of progress that benefits both the present and the future. Education is the foundation of any significant progress. It is not limited to just the years of school or college, but extends to lifelong learning. In a world that is constantly changing, new skills and knowledge become indispensable to keep up with market demands, identify opportunities, and make assertive decisions. Investing in courses, books, workshops, or mentoring is not just an expense, but a way to build an intellectual asset that can generate exponential returns. When combined with financial investment, education creates a powerful cycle. The knowledge acquired allows you to identify the best investment options, whether in the stock market, real estate, your own business, or other alternatives that align your personal goals with a potential return. Furthermore, the practice of investing goes far beyond investing money in something. It is about cultivating a strategic mindset, where each decision is based on data and analysis, and not just impulses or trends. One of the biggest barriers people face when trying to combine education and investment is the lack of understanding of how to get started. Often, the idea of learning about finance, economics, or markets can seem daunting, especially for those who have never had contact with these subjects. However, access to information has never been easier than it is today. Introductory books, online videos, learning apps, and distance learning platforms offer accessible resources so that anyone, regardless of their initial knowledge level, can take the first steps towards financial education. A classic example of the importance of combining education and investment is the difference between spending and investing money. Without education, many people confuse consumption with growth, spending on short-term items that do not add value over time. By acquiring knowledge, they begin to realize that investments in education, such as a specialized course or professional certification, can open doors to promotions at work, higher salaries, or even new careers. Likewise, by learning about financial investments, they become able to identify assets that appreciate in value over time, creating security and prosperity. Another advantage of this combination is increased confidence and autonomy in financial decisions. People who dedicate themselves to continuous learning tend to feel better prepared to deal with risks, plan for the future, and seize opportunities that, before, might have seemed unattainable. Education brings clarity and reduces fear, allowing choices to be made more consciously and in line with long-term goals. In addition, by combining these two elements, you build a lasting legacy. Continuous learning and the habit of investing not only improve your life, but also create an example for future generations. Imagine the impact of teaching your children or young people around you about the importance of studying and investing financially. This combination forms a solid foundation for others to also achieve success and stability. Combining education and investment also strengthens resilience in the face of economic challenges. Times of crisis can be less impactful when you have the knowledge to make smart decisions and the financial resources necessary to adapt. For example, during a recession, someone who understands how markets work can identify opportunities to acquire assets at lower prices, while others simply react to fear and uncertainty. This ability to turn adversity into advantage is one of the greatest benefits of integrating learning and investing into your life. Therefore, the secret to opening new doors is not to underestimate the power of investing both in yourself and in financial tools that work for you. Start by assessing your interests and needs. What kind of knowledge could accelerate your growth? What financial areas would you like to understand better? From there, set realistic goals for learning and create an action plan to invest in an informed and strategic way. By combining education and investment, you are not just accumulating knowledge or money, but building a future where opportunities become more accessible and financial freedom is no longer a distant dream. It is a journey that requires discipline and patience, but whose fruits can transform your life in profound and lasting ways. Strengthening relationships is one of the greatest treasures a person can acquire throughout life. In an increasingly fast-paced world, where commitments and responsibilities seem to have no end, we often neglect the importance of nurturing the human connections that truly matter. However, solid and meaningful relationships are fundamental to emotional balance, personal growth, and building a life rich in every sense. These connections are the bridges that sustain us in difficult times and lift us up in moments of celebration. Investing time and effort in the people who are truly important to you is one of the most valuable acts you can do. Healthy relationships do not happen by chance. They are built on respect, empathy, communication, and dedication. This means being there for your loved ones, both physically and emotionally, even when your routine seems chaotic. Small gestures of caring, like genuinely asking how someone is doing or taking time out of your day to have a meaningful conversation, can make a big difference in the quality of your relationships. Building lasting connections also requires conscious effort to overcome barriers and conflicts. No relationship is perfect, and all human connections go through moments of tension. However, it is in these moments that the depth of a relationship reveals itself. Learning to deal with disagreements constructively, listening without judgment, and being willing to put yourself in someone else's shoes are skills that strengthen any bond. When you prioritize understanding and forgiveness, you create a safe space for your relationship to flourish, even in the face of challenges. Strong relationships not only enrich your emotional life, but also contribute to your physical and mental health. Studies show that people with strong social connections tend to be happier, less prone to depression, and more resilient in the face of stress. Furthermore, the feeling of belonging to a group or having someone to trust can increase longevity and improve quality of life. These benefits highlight how important it is to care for the people around you, both for your well-being and for theirs. In addition to family and romantic relationships, cultivating true friendships is essential for a balanced life. Friends are not only companions for leisure time, but also sources of support, inspiration, and motivation. Invest in friendships that are based on common values, mutual respect, and a genuine desire to see the other person thrive. This may mean taking time to spend time with friends, even virtually, sharing experiences, or simply listening when they need someone. Another important aspect is creating a support network in professional and community settings. Interpersonal relationships at work, for example, can open doors to opportunities, increase your career satisfaction, and foster a more collaborative and productive environment. Similarly, getting involved in communities, such as volunteer groups or local organizations, can help you connect with people who share similar interests and values, further strengthening your social bonds. To strengthen relationships in a meaningful way, it's crucial to be mindful of the balance between giving and receiving. Healthy relationships are reciprocal. They involve a natural flow of support and care for one another. If you're always giving without receiving anything in return, you may end up feeling overwhelmed or undervalued. Conversely, if you're always taking without contributing, you may end up damaging your connection. The key is to cultivate a sense of balance, where both parties feel valued and respected. Finally, it's important to remember that quality relationships start with the relationship you have with yourself. When you value and care for yourself, you're more likely to attract and maintain healthy connections with others. Taking time for self-knowledge, self-awareness, and self-care isn't selfish, but rather a way to ensure that you have the best to offer the people around you. Strengthening relationships requires patience, continued effort, and genuine intention, but the rewards are worth the investment. Human connections are what truly make life rich and meaningful, providing support, joy, and love throughout our journey. So cultivate and value the people in your life, and you will find that these relationships are one of the greatest sources of true wealth. Protecting your assets is one of the most important steps to ensuring financial security and stability throughout life. When you invest time and resources to identify the areas of greatest vulnerability in your financial life, you are taking an essential step to prevent unforeseen events from compromising your plans and achievements. While the idea of committing part of your income to insurance and other forms of protection may seem like an unnecessary cost in the short term, the long-term benefits far outweigh this initial investment. To begin, it is essential to understand that assets are much more than just money in the bank or investments. Your assets include everything of value you own, from your home, car, and material possessions to your health, career, and even the time you dedicate to your goals. Without adequate protection, these elements can be seriously affected by unexpected situations such as accidents, illnesses, natural disasters, or even economic crises. Implementing security measures is not just about avoiding financial losses. It is about building a solid foundation that allows you to quickly recover from any adversity. One of the first steps to protecting your assets is to invest in essential insurance. Health insurance, for example, is one of the most important, as your health is one of your most important assets. Unexpected medical costs can quickly add up to a significant financial burden, especially in cases of serious illness or emergencies. Having adequate health insurance not only covers medical expenses, but also ensures that you can access the care you need without compromising your budget or going into debt. This is an investment in your peace of mind and your ability to maintain a healthy and productive life. Life insurance is another crucial element of financial protection. Although many people are reluctant to think about the possibility of death, especially at a younger age, Life insurance provides security for your loved ones in the event of unforeseen events. It ensures that your family will be financially supported, covering expenses such as debts, education costs, and maintaining a standard of living. Even for those who do not have direct dependents, life insurance can be a tool to leave a legacy or pay off outstanding debts. Protecting your property, such as your home and vehicle, is equally essential. Homeowners insurance, for example, can cover repairs after damage caused by fire, flood, or theft, allowing you to avoid unexpected and often costly expenses. Similarly, auto insurance not only meets legal requirements in many jurisdictions, but also protects against financial losses caused by accidents, theft, or vandalism. These insurance policies are not only a way to reduce the financial impact of unexpected events, they also provide the peace of mind you need to focus on your goals without fear of losing valuable assets. In addition to traditional insurance, it is important to consider diversifying your safety net. Building an emergency fund is an effective way to protect yourself against unpleasant surprises, such as job loss or unexpected expenses. An ideal emergency fund should cover at least 3 to 6 months of basic expenses, providing a financial cushion that allows you to deal with crises without resorting to loans or compromising your long-term investments. Another essential aspect of asset protection is managing risk in your investments. While growing your wealth is important, avoiding unnecessary losses is just as vital. Diversifying your investment portfolio, periodically evaluating your goals, and adjusting your strategy based on market changes are all ways to reduce risk and protect your gains. Consulting financial professionals can also help you make informed decisions tailored to your situation. While the initial cost of implementing these protective measures may seem overwhelming, it's important to understand that the price of being unprepared can be much higher. Without adequate protection, a single unforeseen event can take years to overcome financially, in addition to causing emotional stress and compromising your long-term plans. When you invest in safety nets, you are effectively ensuring that your efforts and achievements are protected, no matter what the future brings. The peace of mind that comes from protecting your assets goes far beyond financial relief. Knowing that you are prepared to face adversity allows you to live with more confidence, focus on your goals, and fully enjoy the present. Ultimately, protecting your assets is not just about financial responsibility. It's about making a commitment to your well-being, your family's future, and the fulfillment of your dreams. So start identifying your vulnerabilities and take proactive steps to strengthen your financial security today. Resisting instant gratification is one of the most important skills to building a solid and stable financial future. We live in an era where immediate consumption is encouraged on all sides. Online advertising, social media, and even the ease of digital payments make the temptation to spend impulsively a constant in our lives. However, the ability to say no to momentary temptations is what separates those who achieve financial freedom from those who remain trapped in cycles of debt and dissatisfaction. The first step to overcoming instant gratification is to understand the motivation behind impulsive spending. Often, we make impulse purchases to meet momentary emotional needs, such as stress relief, comfort, or even an attempt to impress others. Recognizing these motivations is essential to changing your behavior. When you feel the urge to buy something on impulse, ask yourself whether you really need the item or are just trying to fill a temporary void. A powerful technique for combating instant gratification is to adopt the habit of the 24-hour rule. Whenever you feel the urge to make an unplanned purchase, wait a day before making the final decision. This time frame allows you to reflect on how important the item really is to your long-term financial goals. In most cases, the initial impulse to buy will fade, and you'll realize that the expense wasn't as necessary as it seemed. Another crucial aspect is aligning your spending habits with your long-term goals. Before you spend, ask yourself, is this moving me closer to or further away from the goals I've set for myself? This type of reflection helps put financial decisions into perspective. For example, buying a new pair of shoes on impulse may seem harmless, but over time, small unnecessary expenses can add up and delay your plans to save for a dream trip, buy a house, or invest in your retirement. Small sacrifices made today can yield big rewards in the future. Forgoing an expensive dinner at a restaurant or putting off buying a new smartphone may seem uncomfortable at the time, but these cumulative gestures can add up to significant savings over time. Imagine saving just $50 a week by resisting impulsive purchases. Over the course of a year, that translates into $2,600 that could be invested in an emergency fund, your children's education, or even starting your own business. Practicing patience also plays a key role. Learning to wait for the right moment to make a purchase or achieve a financial goal is a skill that requires discipline but has enormous benefits. When you resist instant gratification and opt for careful planning, you can make more rational and effective decisions. Plus, the sense of accomplishment that comes from achieving a financial goal through effort and discipline is far more rewarding than the momentary pleasure of an impulsive purchase. A practical strategy to help you resist instant gratification is to create a detailed budget and stick to it. By setting clear limits on your monthly spending and defining specific categories for expenses, savings, and investments, you gain greater control over your money. Having a clear view of where every penny is going makes it easier to prioritize your financial goals and say no to unnecessary spending. It's also important to surround yourself with an environment that supports your financial goals. This could include limiting the amount of time you spend on social media platforms that promote spending, unsubscribing from retail newsletters, and avoiding frequent trips to malls or shopping sites. Instead, focus on activities that promote personal growth and well-being, such as learning a new skill, exercising, or spending quality time with friends and family. Another benefit of resisting instant gratification is that it not only improves your financial health, but it also fosters greater self-control in other areas of your life. The discipline you develop in managing your finances can be applied to health goals, like eating a balanced diet or maintaining an exercise routine, and even career goals, like pursuing a promotion or completing a major. Remember that resisting instant gratification doesn't mean giving up everything that brings you immediate pleasure or satisfaction. It's about finding a healthy balance between enjoying the present and building a more prosperous future. Small, planned indulgences can be built into your budget as a way to stay motivated and avoid feeling overly deprived. The key is to consume mindfully, valuing the things that truly matter and are aligned with your values and goals. By developing the ability to resist instant gratification, you'll not only escape the cycle of debt, but you'll also strengthen your ability to make wise financial decisions and achieve a richer, more balanced, and more fulfilling life. After all, what really matters is not what you have today, but what you're building for tomorrow. Extra tip: practicing generosity is one of the most transformative ways to live a rich life, both emotionally and spiritually. When we share our resources, whether it's time, knowledge, skills, or money, we transcend the scarcity mindset, that limiting feeling that we never have enough. This simple act of giving can open the door to an abundance mindset, creating a cycle of well-being and personal happiness that impacts not only ourselves, but also those around us. Generosity is not limited to grand gestures or substantial financial donations. It manifests itself in countless ways in our daily lives. It can be as simple as taking the time to listen to a friend in need, sharing valuable advice with a coworker, or offering to help someone who is facing a challenge. These actions, although seemingly small, have the power to create meaningful connections and strengthen social bonds, which are essential for a balanced and fulfilling life. Psychologically, generosity has a direct impact on personal happiness. Scientific studies show that acts of giving activate areas of the brain associated with pleasure and reward, generating a lasting sense of well-being. When we help others, we not only contribute to improving their lives, but we also experience an increase in our self-esteem and sense of purpose. In essence, in giving, we also receive. Furthermore, practicing generosity is a powerful way to combat the scarcity mindset. When we feel trapped by the idea that we don't have enough resources, whether it's money, time, or energy, we are overcome by fear and insecurity. However, by sharing what we have, even in a small way, we send ourselves a powerful message. I have enough to share. This simple act can transform our perspective, allowing us to recognize the abundance present in our lives and feel more confident about the future. Generosity also has a profound impact on building relationships. When we help others in a genuine and selfless way, we strengthen mutual trust and create an environment of reciprocity. This means that in times of need, we are more likely to receive help from those we have helped in the past. While true generosity should never be conditional on an expectation of return, the fact is that building a support network through generous acts has a lasting and positive impact on our social and emotional lives. One particularly meaningful way to practice generosity is to share knowledge. What we know is incredibly valuable, and by sharing our experiences and lessons learned, we can transform the lives of others. Whether it's mentoring someone in your field, teaching a new skill to a friend, or simply sharing practical tips for overcoming challenges, shared knowledge has the power to multiply impacts and create a positive legacy. When it comes to financial generosity, it's important to remember that the absolute amount isn't what matters. It's the intention behind the gesture that really makes the difference. Even small donations can make a significant impact on the lives of others, especially when they're directed to causes that resonate with our values. Choosing to support charities, local communities, or social projects can bring not only a practical impact, but also a deeper sense of alignment with what we believe is important in the world. Practicing generosity can also inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of positive action. When we act altruistically, we show that it is possible to live in a spirit of cooperation and mutual aid, even in a world often dominated by competition and individualism. This example can encourage others to become more actively involved in their communities, contributing to a more caring and prosperous environment for all. Finally, generosity is an act that transcends the moment. By sharing our resources with others, we are investing not only in their immediate well-being, but also in a brighter future for our communities and ourselves. Whether it is donating our time to important causes, sharing knowledge that can empower others, or contributing financially to projects that make a difference, each generous act leaves an indelible mark on the world. So by incorporating generosity into your life, you are not only helping to transform the lives of others, but you are also cultivating a deeper sense of purpose, joy, and connection. And in the process, you are discovering that true wealth lies not only in what we accumulate, but in what we are able to share.